gentlemen. Today I'll be reviewing The Black Phone. The Black Phone is a new horror film written and directed by Scott Derrickson, very well known for his films Doctor Strange, Sinister, and The Exorcism of Emily Rose. So, The Black Phone is a movie that I recently saw. Of course, part of my double feature for the films Elvis and this one. And I am a fan of Scott Derrickson's work. Of course, the movie The Exorcism of Emily Rose. That movie's an underrated gem in my personal opinion. And this one stars Ethan Hawke, who plays a serial killer who kidnaps children. And of course, the main protagonist gets kidnapped, and the phone rings, and shit starts to happen. So, of course, let's start off with the performances. The main kid, I don't know if this is his first film, but I thought he's new, of course, very new to acting. Really killed it. Usually child actors in films are they're a hit or miss, but I'd say mostly every single kid actor in this film did a very good job. It felt real, and it was just done very well. But the main kid did a fantastic job. The horror of what that kid had to go through in this film is just terrible, but he really killed it. He definitely helped with how great this film is, and he really led the film in my opinion. But of course, the star, in my personal opinion, is his sister, who's freaking great, hilarious in times. She has this power, I don't know if it's spoilers, that, when she dreams, she sees things that can help and correlate with what can happen. She did a great job. I thought her performance was really top-notch. Mostly every kid actor did a great job. Ethan Hawke, though, terrifying. I'm saying it now. Of course, it's funny for me to say this because I'm so used to him with the Ford trilogy. I never thought that he could just get to that point in a role that terrified the shit out of me. The masks that he wears a different mask every time, which kind of resembles his mood, and it works. It's terrifying. It is terrifying, this film. And Scott Derrickson is very well known when it comes to just terrifying the living shit out of you. Especially Sinister, in my personal opinion. I thought every performance was really good. All the kid actors did a fine job. But yeah, the direction by Scott Derrickson is top-notch. I think he's getting up there as top-tier director, in my opinion. He's just great. He has such a great direction of horror. The jump scares aren't cheap. They're there, the jump scares are there, and there are some that are like, ugh. There's one that specifically got me that I was like, oh shit, I didn't expect that. But they're not cheap, they're good. They're very good jump scares, and they're not cheap. Not every second is a jump scare. Like, it comes in and it's so good. I really did love how this film did the horror and how it's directed. And it's directed just top tier, especially with some of the recordings, the 70s tape recording type, which happens in the opening, and every time we get introduced to a kid that got killed, it's terrifying, and he, of course, definitely resembles Sinister, and he does that perfectly. The writing, though, was just really good. I thought the dialogue was top-notch. The dialogue wasn't stupid. Maybe some of the kid characters acted different than most kids in real life would act. But I thought the dialogue, though, was just really good. And it led the film to make it as good as it is the writing and how great the story is and how unique it is. The horror of elements, and when it brings some of the true horror elements to it, it works, and it's great, and it's very unique. This film is so imaginary. It's the filmmaking to it. The filmmaker really did his best with this film. You definitely didn't feel that this is just a film that he just pulled out. And the writing, like I said, is just top-notch. The music, though, I love the opening theme. I love it. I thought the score is so eerie, especially during the opening moments in the film where you see like just a little, like a hint, like a little tease of what's about to happen. Like, it's scary, it is terrifying, the music. And Mark Coven, if that's how you pronounce his name, he did The Lighthouse and The Witch. He did a great score. I thought his score was very synthetic. It gave me that 70s horror feel that I love. I really truly love horror. And 70s horror is at its purest, in my opinion. That's when horror was at its just pure. The costume, it felt like the 70s. The music, there's some songs that are great. I didn't expect it in a horror movie, but I like it. I love those two songs. There's like 2 songs though, but I really do like it. I was like, okay, we're in the 70s. Great. I love it. I love the 70s. I just love the 70s. I think 70s is just such a great period of cinema, in my opinion. Yeah, great film. I thought it's definitely a horror film that everybody should check out. It's a film that I buy on Blu-ray. I thought this is definitely the best Scott Derrickson film, in my opinion. And I just saw Exorcism of Emily Rose, and that film is just great, and it's so underrated. But this is definitely one of his best films. Definitely one of his best well-made films. And I thought everything from beginning to end was great. The ending was just great. You want to just cheer, and it's like, yes, fuck him up. So yeah, this film, without a doubt, gets a 4 out of 5 stars. I thought it was great. If you haven't checked it out, please do check it out. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next review. Peace.